feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de the Alzheimer's Association y the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
It's getting nicer outside, but it's still hit or miss in the spring on golf weather. Not at Double Eagle Golf. You're home for always 72-degree weather with no wind. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues are underway, but stay tuned for info on indoor golf tournaments and book your bay for after the spring game in late April. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf. Spring is a time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Furious Cheese Spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter, or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Furious Cheese Spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Scholarships are available from the Nebraska.
Join On the Block and Old School live from Scissors and Scotch on 30th and Yankee Hill on Thursday, June 6th to celebrate their grand opening. Feel better instantly with a beard trim, haircut, or a traditional shave courtesy of the experienced and professional barbers at Scissors and Scotch. Stick around after your cut and enjoy a beverage in their cozy bar area, and don't worry, there's more than just Scotch. Spend your afternoon with Scissors and Scotch at 93.7 The Ticket, live on location June 6th from 2 to 6 p.m.
Spring in Nebraska brings green grass and warmer weather, but it also brings severe storms which can cause damage to your home. Meadowlark Exterior specializes in hail, storm, and wind damage restoration, as well as roofing, siding, and gutters for commercial or residential buildings. Meadowlark Exteriors focuses on fine craftsmanship and proves that in their attention to detail. They offer free roof inspections and estimates and insurance claim assistance, serving the Lincoln and Omaha surrounding areas. Call today at 402-875-2956 or go to meadowlarkexteriors.com.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and we pay for CDL training. Apply today to earn an average total compensation of $50,000 to $60,000 your first year driving. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Do you need motivation to get to the gym on the weekend or even in general? Tune into the Movement Hour each Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Movement Academy owner Robert Kuhlman will host the show as he introduces new ways to stay in shape. The Movement Hour, every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome into The Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. As always, we got the host, Haas Tabrizi, streaming in. And, of course, the other host, DP, in studio as well. We'll go ahead and bring him in because, DP, I know you had a busy weekend. You're up there at the complex. You called with Clyde Johnson, who was 50-4 heading into it, at least an amateur. But I'm curious, how was the whole experience? Was that your first time being a ring announcer?
No, that was definitely not the first time being a ring announcer. First time here in Lincoln.
Hold up, bro. Come on. What kind of question is that? What? Hold on.
Hey, to be fair.
Stop. Rewind. Pause the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now I present to you the marvelous Derek Pearson.
Yeah, see, Haas is having college flashbacks from his broadcast days at George Mason University, the Fighting Patriots of George Mason University. That's so funny, Haas. It's so funny too. So Haas and I coached together in Virginia, and I forget what the occasion was, but there was a basketball game where our PA announcer either was late or didn't make it. And so Haas looks over and he goes, "Hey, why don't you do the starting lineup?" I'm like, okay, whatever. let's do it. So we walk over, do the starting lineup, and then it's like, hey, you need to be the PA announcer until. So mid-game, there I am doing the PA announcements for this high school basketball game. And I have never laughed so hard under my breath, just trying to figure out, what are we doing? Like, what is even happening here? So, yeah, it's a thing that whether it's MMA, boxing in full, especially when I was in D.C., in Charlotte, DC has a fight night where it's legendary, where there are themes to it, but on a given night, it's the biggest fundraiser for boxing. And on those nights, I mean, it's in DC, usually at the DC Army, it's Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, Ken Norton,
the greats.
dudes. And I've had Rock Newman on this station, the legendary manager. He managed Riddick Bowe, who was world champion back in the 90s. And Rock has come on the ticket several times just to break down boxing. Boxing has kind of pushed itself to the side due to UFC. But when there were big boxing matches, Rock Newman is the guy. And Rock is a guy, we were talking, that when Nelson Mandela came to D.C., he had dinner with Rock Newman. Like, Rock's that dude. So being around boxing and each pocket of America has its own boxing legacy, its own kind of vibe. I'll say this about Lincoln, and shout out to Tommy Arciaga for what he's done. He bought that place, renovated, gutted it, renovated, put all new equipment, all new ventilation, all new everything. And this was the first big boxing card that he had put together at the complex. Also, shout out to Andy Avila, who showed up, DJ Aztec. He was there, and he was taking pictures and videos of the evening. And Haas, you know me well enough to know that if there's nonsense in the room, I have to speak to it. And one of my least favorite things about humans is booing. Booing. What are you doing? As an adult, what are you doing? Booing at somebody doing something that you can't do. Like, literally, you can't do what they're doing in the ring.
We've had that conversation.
Right? Like, stop it. Like, cheer
especially
for
when it's local kids.
Cheer for your team. And so here's the thing. It was pretty much capacity. I mean, it was standing room only. So whatever that number was. And I would say thousands of people were there. 9 amateur bouts ranging anywhere from 112 pounds all the way up to cruiserweight. And then 3 professional fights, 2 of those women's fights, flyweight and strawweight. And then local guy, Clyde Godzilla Johnson, who's a friend of your dad's. He was on your dad's show this past week, was the main event. And he won his fight with the young man, Gabriel Rodriguez from Texas, El Paso. And couple of things. First of all, well done, Lincoln, because they showed out. It was amazing. Packed house. 2, the fashion level was high. There was every kind of outfit from oh my goodness to oh my God. There's both of them. They all existed. I saw every body part I wasn't supposed to see. I saw every age group being elegant and disrespectful at the same time. I saw they had the ring girls, and I heard some comments that I had to put on my headphones. And my headphones was just my hands covering my ears because I did not want to be accountable for knowing what was going on. And then there was a couple of high school students who were fighting in the amateur bouts. And one of them, and I want to say his name was Carter McElhouse. Yeah, McElhouse, right? Exceptional fighter. But he was in a brawl. Now, he bloodied his opponent's nose, which in amateur with the headsets, with the headgear, it's hard to do. But his jab was that he busted dude's nose up. And listen, I had a brand new blazer on that I had to take to the clinic because there's blood all over me. All over me. I don't even want to know what other body fluids landed on me last night. Sitting at ringside, but I'm like, wait a minute. That wasn't on me a minute ago. What's going on? So they booed the outcome of that fight because he had friends from school that were there cheering him on, and God bless you for cheering him on because it was amazing. Great support systems, great stuff. But then when the decision was announced, they picked the kid with a bloody nose, and the fans were not happy. And it was one thing to have his classmates boo. Okay. All right. But when the adults got into the booing, I'm like, wait a minute. What are you doing? And the dude, there's a dude who cursed at me while I was in the ring with a microphone. Mad at me for saying, hey, please remember these are amateur competitions. These are your young people. Be an example. And the dude used a word combination, a word salad that I had to recheck the combination because he put some words together. Like this was curse word soup. And he put it together and stirred it up. And I had to what did he just say? What did you say to me, sir? So I went, okay, this is where DP has to be the grown up.
Yeah.
And I said, listen, none of those two young men deserve to hear boo. Neither one. They came out here. They've obviously trained well. They love their craft. We're going to applaud these two young men.
Especially when it comes to, in any sport. But when it comes to UFC, boxing, right, like those sports take so much, and that there's such a inherent risk of just even going out on those. I mean, if you take one good hit, so anytime, especially when it comes to UFC, boxing, it's insane to me that people boo because nobody's going to go walk in that boxing ring
of the
or
crowd.
cage.
Like that's part of the crowd. Like each sport has its own culture.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I know that there's a bit of, it's fights.
Mhm.
These are gladiators. I'm pretty sure that in the Roman times, they had people who booed whoever won. Like, oh man, wait a minute, the lion's supposed to win. Boo. Wait a minute, you're rooting for the lion?
We've grown. We've come a long way.
What are you rooting for the lion, bro? But it's the same people at the Haas and I. It's so funny. We were at. Was it Money in the Bank? Money in the Bank, was that the one we were at where we were sitting? Royal Rumble. And people are rooting for the heels. Now, I always need to talk to those people.
Hey, I root for the heels.
Well, this is why we travel together, because he roots for the heels, right? He roots for the heel, and I root for the face. And I'm like, there we are. So two grown men giving each other the verbal business.
Time to play the game,
right? And the one that, one of these, Huss brings his amazing daughter.
Mm-hmm.
To this pay-per-view event out of town now, mind you. And he brings her, and we find an area where it's kind of boundaried and kids are in there playing. And so, again, mom and dad just probably spent like $5,000 for you to go to a wrestling pay-per-view, and your child they're over there making new friends and really don't care. They really don't care. But she's rooting for who she's rooting for. Now, she wants one person to show up. She wants The Rock to make a special appearance. Like, this is her thing. Doesn't happen. This young lady, with all the class and elegance, goes, next time. And I'm just like, I love her so much. I love her so much. And I said to Haas, congratulations on just being the best parent in the building. Well done. So that's kind of.
I booed the crap out of it.
Yeah, you 100% did, and it was fantastic. Because there's no venom in it, right? Like we're just rooting for it. That's like watching, you're watching what's the Batman movie, and there are people who love the Joker,
mm-hmm.
like they've made him iconic. Or who's the guy that wears the face mask? That
oh.
Right?
You're killing Bane. Something like that.
Bane,
yeah.
Right? There are fan clubs for Bane.
Yeah.
Bane has fan clubs. So I fully accept. Yep. Triple H
was on I don't know, Letterman or Conan or something, and they asked him, he's like, do you act like a bad guy the whole time? He's like, well, it really helps when I'm in the airport and I don't want to give someone an autograph and they just come up to me and I just feel, suck it, get out of my way, like just go away. Like,
well, you have to. I mean, that's the kayfabe of, and it's changed because social media has kind of broken kayfabe, and that because when I was in college, when I saw wrestlers, they had to act like they really didn't like each other. But fair to be said, there's more of that now where the wrestlers don't like each other than there ever was when they were faking that they didn't like each other. These cats, all the humanity of ego and I'm supposed to be the one, and why is she getting all the pub, and why is he making his contract bigger than mine? Because so much information is published. They didn't know this stuff back then. They didn't know how much people were making.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like, they didn't know. Like,
It's all out
listen,
there.
the deals of old wrestling were done in a back office on pen and paper, and you didn't know what, unless somebody told you how much you were getting. You didn't know. And the best part, Hoss, tell me if you agree, is when on social media, some old promoter or the son of a promoter, right, who wasn't in the business and dad passes away, but in his keepsakes, he's got all of the old wrestling pay sheets from his time. And it lists the star and how much they made, what the attendance was, how much they got paid. And the math is phenomenal. The math never matched. I was like, bruh, what are you? No wonder this was the gangster's business. Y'all were out here faking numbers, and it was fantastic because, again, they weren't making the money. One, the dollar had different value then. But imagine, 10,000 people at anywhere from $10 to $30 a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, $30 won't get you 2 beers in today's world. But to see the numbers, and Hoss, here's what I was thinking about. And Don's on the text line. He says, yeah, I can't wait for the King and Queen of the Ring breakdown. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. But I kept thinking that the politics that must be going on in the WWE just makes 12-year-old me giggle. Like, I just laugh because it's like, wait a minute. Gunter is the guy. Mr. I missed every leg day. Gunter.
And soon to be World Heavyweight Champion.
But why? Why? That's like saying
666 days of Intercontinental Championships.
That's like saying the NCAA could pick its champion and it picks Iowa. Not ever would it make
Punting
sense.
is cool.
It's just like, what are you doing? This is what are you even?
That punter got drafted early, didn't he?
Yeah,
he did.
Listen. When the highlight of your year is your punter,
He had some work. He got some work.
Your life, man.
Hey, that's the Bears punter. That's who picked him up. No,
look at Harrison. Look at Harrison.
It's a big year. Big year for the Bears.
So Mia hates training. She'd rather play games. That dude got so much training in game that he might be an all-pro punter next year because he already punted so much.
Oh, he's the best. No, but here's the thing. This is the thing. We now have, because of Iowa, we now have to reprocess how we think about draft picks because quarterbacks, if you're an old quarterback who's thrown an additional 10,000 passes in college, they go, short career because he's worn out, running back. Hey, he had 500 carries at Oklahoma. Short career. That 4.3 years that he's going to get, only 2.7 are going to be worthwhile. The punters, I will put punters into the conversation, and I will never forgive them for it. I will never forgive them. Listen, I was a defensive coordinator for stretches, so I understand the value of defense. But culturally, listen, man, you pick Gunter. You pick Gunter. Like, I have questions. I have. Look,
we're here for the punter.
Right, those are T-shirts that somewhere there's a sorority in Iowa City going, we're the official sorority of the punters. Like, that's like, we only date punters.
We're
like,
here for Gunter.
No, because what university says, hey, Deltas, you're only good. Who are you going to pick? We only date punters. That's punters and kickers. That's who we're in love with. That's how we dig what we're trying to do. So I'm just trying to say, listen, you had Cody Rhodes, legacy. That's Dusty Baby Boy. Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare. Song and everything. Everybody sings this song. And then they play Mr. Paul's song, and everybody looked at each other like, what are we doing? What are we? Are we cheering? Are we? What are we doing here? Like, wait a minute. And then the son goes, "Oh yeah, that's a YouTube guy, Dad. That's TikTok dude, Dad. Yeah, he's supposed to be something." Even the people overseas didn't know. They were like, "What is going on here? Wait a minute. Was Roman Reigns coming out? Was Rock showing up? Like, we paid big money to get this over here where it's warm. Where's the Rock? Roman Reigns ain't showing up? Wait a minute. Wait, what? Solo Sikoa ain't even fighting? Wait a minute.
Think about it. So no Roman, no Seth, no CM Punk,
no Jay,
no Brock Lesnar,
no Jay,
no Rhea Ripley.
Listen,
no Charlotte. I know we have injuries.
Hoss, I'm going to say this. If I paid big WWE money and I didn't get to yeet, we fighting. We rioted. Where's my yeet, bro? I came for Jay. I need to get my yeet on, man. What is happening? This is craziness. I just want to understand. I understand King of the Ring, the build up to it.
LA Knight was sitting in the stands.
Bruh.
LA Knight was sitting in the stands.
Like,
what the heck?
You couldn't program in a reason for LA Knight to get a microphone? You couldn't just say, hey, for 2 minutes, we're going to yeet, and then for 2 minutes, we're going to have, just give me what I want.
LA Knight grabs a microphone, like he Googled some Arabic, and he's like, Kayf Halak Habibi.
Right. We could have rolled. It was special. It was so special. I was just sitting, I'm going, wait a minute. I understand. But Hoss, who's the women's champion on the other side? Who's Bailey? Bailey. Was Bailey there? Like, I need to know things. I mean, I know they're experts, and I know this is the thing. Has he frozen up? Yeah,
Yeah, Hoss, you might have to hop back in. We'll try to plug you in and plug you back out. You might have to hop back in the stream. I'm not sure why you can't hear DP anymore.
Yeah, no, it's full on. I'm trying to figure out some things. We'll talk about the king and queens of the ring. Hey, you get me all heated. I'm in here sweating from yesterday. These matches were yesterday, and I'm feeling some kind of way. But the breaking news, and I will not bury the lead, that the Nebraska Cornhuskers are the 2024 Big Ten Tournament baseball champions, and they go into the tournament on fire. We love that. The Breeze coming back on the ticket.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hey Nebraska! Register today for the 40th Annual Cornhusker State Games, taking place July 11th through the 21st in Lincoln, Omaha, and other Nebraska communities. The Cornhusker State Games features 70 sports for athletes of all ages and abilities. Price increases are approaching, so register early and save. For details, go to cornhuskerstategames.com. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel with Gatorade, brought to you by Pepsi Cola of Lincoln, a proud partner of the Cornhusker State Games.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Power Combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their brand new cake batter cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the caramel latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Foundation for Lincoln Public Schools. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Homeowners, is your yard in distress? Is your lawn being held hostage by stubborn and unruly weeds? Never fear, lawn lovers. Weedman is here. We'll rescue your lawn and restore its beautiful emerald green glory. The results of our expertly applied program are sure to impress the toughest of critics, your neighbors. Take that, Dale. Vanquish weeds and transform your lawn this year with Weedman Lawn Care. Get 50% off your first application. Go to weedman.com today. Terms and conditions apply. Go to weedman.com today.
It's officially one of the greatest weeks of the year on the sports calendar, Masters Week. Book your tee time today with friends, family, or coworkers at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. from Thursday to Sunday, and they'll have food directly from Augusta National, like pimento cheese sandwiches, Georgia pecan caramel popcorn, and lots more. Plus specialty drinks to get you in the mood for the greatest golf tournament in the world. Book a bay today at doubleeagle.golf.
School tells you all about the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, and so on. And then there's the way we really tell what time of year it is. Sports seasons, football season, baseball season, or even off season. Well, what's the chocolate season? Well, it's now, of course. And now, and always. Whether you're looking for a caffeinated pick-me-up on the way to work, a little snack on the way home, or you need the perfect gift that's sure to be appreciated. It's time for the chocolate season, y'all. 40th and Old Cheney, or order ahead at thechocolatseason.com. See you there.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Attention all Wings fans! 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Breeze. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos as always, and we got the host Haas Tabrizi streaming in along with DP to my left as well. Real quick, Haas Tabrizi, let's just make sure we got you back plugged in.
Yep. Yeah.
Perfect. We can hear you straight now. And again, if you guys ever want to join on the show, we got Royals on the airwaves. Shout out to Nebraska baseball. As DP pointed out, they are the Big Ten champions for the first time ever since joining the conference. And of course, 402-464-5685. You can always join in that way as well. But with that being said, Haas, I'll throw it to the host.
All right. So I'm Muslim, and
what? What? No one told me.
So for those of you that aren't really familiar with Saudi Arabia and Muslims, so Saudi Arabia, Mecca, that's where you go pray and become a little bit more religious and closer to God, and that's where a lot of Muslims are, and so the issues with WWE in Saudi Arabia, there've been some of those based on politics, and so Daniel Bryan wouldn't go to Saudi Arabia. They wouldn't let women wrestle in the beginning. Now they let women wrestle as long as they wear long sleeves, long pants. Thankfully, they're allowing the women to wrestle without wearing a hijab, which is a scarf, which is a cover, because all the women have to wear scarves or covers in Saudi Arabia or Iran or other countries like that. So to allow the women to wrestle without that, to allow the men to wear short sleeves or not even have a shirt on. Sami Zayn is Muslim, and he posed with the belt.
Say that again for louder for the people in the back.
Sami Zayn is Muslim, and he posed without a shirt and all those things. Which, if you look at the crowd, all the men have long sleeve shirts, long sleeve pants, and so you see, I know all this. Okay. And Becky Lynch comes out and she's wearing an outfit that kind of looks like a nun. I don't know if there's a purpose with that or not. And then Liv Morgan comes out and she's wearing her Britney Spears, oops, I did it again outfit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all these Muslim men who aren't used to seeing women and like she's wearing a tight cat outfit. And it's like, oh man, it's got like a corset and all these things. And they just gave her the belt just because of what she wore in Saudi Arabia. Just that's why they gave her the belt. Oh my gosh. And the stories that will happen with Liv Morgan. Right. Mommy is gone. And now Dom Dom is going to be her little puppy. That's the new story. She's going to puppeteer him. And now that's going to be her boy. You see, it's going to happen. It writes itself.
Yeah, it does. Sadly, so it does. And tell me that you cannot find out what to do with this guy. Like you're in the faction with the world champion, and your dad is a Hall of Famer, and they have no idea. Hey, listen, let's bring back Carlito. And that doesn't work. Like, just wow. Like, it's okay. Maybe he can be the ring announcer. Like, because I don't know. As a performer, I don't care. Right? I don't care. Like, he doesn't do anything to go, ooh, that boy's special. Like, no.
Yeah, but you've been on the hate train for Gunther and Dom Dom for a while, and I've said for a while.
I just want more from them.
And they get so much heat. They get so much heat.
Okay, the heat works. The heat works, but
they got to use them right. Dom Dom needs a belt. He needs to become intercontinental champion soon.
No, there's zero chance.
They just need to do it.
Zero chance.
If Logan Paul can have a belt, then Dom Dom can do it.
I don't think Logan Paul should have one, but that's a whole other discussion.
Logan Paul's going to get the belt in a year from Cody Rhodes.
If that's the decision you make, okay. Like, one of my favorite new things is just going, okay. Like, okay.
Well, that's where boxing and like they're kind of finding themselves in that corner. It's like, how do we get the big fights? It's like social media YouTubers. That's kind of where you're seeing the Paul Tyson fight coming down to it as well.
I mean, that's what we're doing.
Social media has kind of carved its own role into stardom in a lot of these.
That's what we're doing. And that means that before Jey Uso, before Solo Sikoa, before Sami Zayn, before any range of people, you're telling me that guy, just logically, tell me, let's go through the list of people who wrestled last night.
Yep.
And to tell me that Kevin Owens doesn't deserve to be there before this guy.
Randy Orton.
I know Randy's had the strap, but
he needs to become 15, 14.
Right.
16.
Here's the thing. What's going to drive more traffic from your core group of fans and to not understand what that means? And you go, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead. So yeah, that's where I am. That's where I am.
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on. The only reason why they're doing it is for the clicks. The only reason why they've sponsored with Prime is for the clicks. They think the non-wrestling fans should do that, but you're going to lose the wrestling fans, and so that's not cool.
Yeah,
that is not cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's make a list.
Carlito. That's not cool.
I spit in the face. The people that don't want to be cool.
That is not cool.
Let's make a list of who should be the next champion.
Right.
Who's your first pick?
Okay. So are the rules that they've already been champion or they can't have already have been champion?
All right, so let's rewind and exclude some people. So let's take Roman Reigns out.
Okay.
Let's take Seth Rollins out.
Okay.
Let's take The Rock out.
Okay. Well, that would be first choice, is that the next champion in my mind should be The Rock.
Correct.
If we from a business standpoint, it's The Rock. From a development standpoint, it's a different conversation.
Okay.
If there is talent, performance, all those things, then
business first. Business is the Rock should have one.
The Rock, Lesnar, but you've got things that you have to deal with if it's Lesnar. The things you have to deal with if it's Lesnar.
CM
Punk, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. If you want to build a brand and do best business from the top of the number of matchups you can make,
Triple H,
Triple H back in the pool, right? That immediately, and again, some of these could be short-term reigns, some of these are long-term reigns, right? Some of these are, you know what?
Some of these are Roman Reigns,
right? A lot of them are Roman Reigns, even though we're tired. I think the obvious answer at the top would be Drew McIntyre. That would be
business,
you're going international, so you've got a whole series of international tours. You're going to take them over
home fight.
You're going to do that. So let's enjoy the pop and let's enjoy the business. But that's old wrestling business, because you could put the strap on on Drew McIntyre for the European tour. You could put it on Sami Zayn for the European tour. And
I don't even know who has the Raw belt right now. I do, but I don't even know who has the Raw belt.
Right. And because Damian Priest has evolved, and I'll give him credit for this. Priest has evolved into an actual personality. And I think this will stun some people when I say it, but I think that he's ahead of where Roman was in the same time. That he had to build through substance rather than name and association with, like, his faction was not what Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins were.
Yep.
Like Priest does not have a Seth Rollins and a Dean Ambrose to carry him through. And I think that's the thing they failed in Damian Priest, because the real rivalry should have been built between him and the Phenom. Like you could have gone Finn Balor, he and Finn would have gone on a run that could have been exceptional. It just could have been exceptional. But again, they did what they did. I know that as much as I give him grief, I thought the level for Gunter was Intercontinental Champion. And I didn't think it was 600 days. I thought the Intercontinental title used to be the one for guys like Ricky Steamboat, who, from a size perspective, had to grow into being able to take on the super heavyweight. Right? You didn't do that. Okay, fine. Balor was in the same boat. Who am I missing? Jay and Jimmy have to get the belt. No, Jimmy's actually the better performer. Jimmy's actually Jimmy takes the tough pop.
Solo needs the freaking belt. What are they doing with Solo? He hasn't fought in like a year.
But we don't know Solo. Like, we don't know anything about him. He's not. It's that character. Like, they're still in character evolution for him. Like, we don't know. Is he going to be verbal? Remember, for the first 3 years, he didn't talk, and now he's your lead talker. Which
now he's Michael Jackson with the gloves.
Right. Like, it's right. Like, it's a weird thing, right? To go, wait a minute. And then if you told me, listen, I want to build this thing up in full. I thought the talent that they've missed the most, and yeah, let me say, LA Knight is a future world champion. And I don't care how you deal with it and how you move it. But
yeah,
I thought that Montez Ford could carry the whole thing. I thought that Montez Ford could carry the whole thing. He's Booker T 2.0. Remember what Harlem Heat was? And then Booker T went solo and then went on a holy terror with the Randy Orton run and Triple H run. That you could have done that and you failed.
Montez Ford is more Shawn Michaels to me.
Well, but that's the thing. It's a great add-on, right? That you have somebody who talks mad game. He could talk at anybody. He can perform any type of battle. He's in that frame. I only recognize it in Booker T because there's some similarities in a natural way. But if you decided to make
he has mad game by having Bianca Belair.
Right. Well, listen, here's what bothers me. That you capitalize that with Seth and Becky.
Yeah.
But you haven't done it with Montez and Brianna. That's what he's doing.
Don's with you.
Right?
He's got to vote for Montez Ford.
Right. So that's where I would be.
The Street Profits were so popular and so successful 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they were just there with the New Day and the Usos. And why'd they drop them? Why? One of the best matches in WrestleMania, which we thought was the bathroom match, was the Devon go get the tables with the 6-man with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits against Karrion Kross and the Doom guys. So,
and I still don't understand Karrion Kross.
They're not using him right either.
I have no idea what they're doing.
I know we gotta go to break. We rewatched the Rumble this morning. I came downstairs. It was 8 a.m. and I hear this music blasting. I just thought it was Alexa, but it was my kids, and it was like, "Ooh, so!" And they're just eating up and down, and I'm like, good. "Oh, that's the good. Rumble."
So good, so good. All right, get us the break, Tabrizi.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back. Text us on the Starter Heyman line, 402-464-5685. Here are some commercials so we can get paid. See ya.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Hey, Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska's always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
If the week's been too hectic to even think about dinner, or your family can't handle one more night of leftovers, then it's time to let Hog Wild do the cooking. Hog Wild's family packs are one heck of a good deal for a complete barbecue meal loaded with all the smoked meats, tasty sides, buns, and sauces you need to feed your family. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
The need in our community, if you just look at the numbers, it's frightening. We're serving over 1,000 kids every day. With the passion of our people, I really feel like our potential to be of even greater service to kids and families who are struggling is just unlimited. But in order to have the greatest impact, we need all the help we can get from the community.
NEBCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEBCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEBCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. With their fast-paced, growing culture, they have hundreds of new openings in sales, marketing, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Full-time roles offer a 4.5-day work week, along with flexible internships in most areas. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Find your fit today at www.sandhills.jobs.
This is Coach Bill Bush. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Your business runs like a well-oiled machine. It's important that your actual machines do too. Stern is here to make sure you don't have to worry about that. They provide solutions for heavy equipment and automotive fuels, lubricants, and equipment guard options. And with Stern's commitment to customer service for the past 40 years, you know you have a partner to help support your operations for years to come. Contact Roger at Stern Company by calling 1-800-477-2744 or visit them online at stern.co. Stern Company, where problems meet solvers.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations. Guess what?
What?
There's 5 Lincoln locations now. Oh my gosh. That's 25% more Lincoln locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11th, located right alongside 93.7 The Ticket Studios, 1040 O Street.
Hey guys, it's Bill Bush. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty has opened a new location in Pender, Nebraska, in addition to their office in Lincoln. The real estate world can be confusing, so why wouldn't you want an expert helping you every step of the way? If you're looking to buy or sell farmland in Nebraska, Kansas, or Iowa, give Ethan Sorensen a call today at 402-380-0432 or visit them online at nextagrealestate.com. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty with locations in Lincoln and now Pender, Nebraska.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the breeze. Once again, Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys want to join in as we're wrapping up here, 402-464-5685, starter Heyman text line. As we got Royals on the airwaves, that will be open for you all day long, along with streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and as always, Allo Channel 961. But that being said, we'll go ahead, throw it back to the host. Haas Tabrizi, where do you want to wrap things up with?
So, after you do like 50 things in a day or having a very long week, you're just exhausted and you just want to rest. You know that feeling? I feel like no.
No.
Like you don't even need to rest for a minute after you do 100. Never. Okay. All right.
You did come and work to talk on air like the day after having oral surgery, so I might believe it.
Okay. So anyway, there's a thing called mental exhaustion and physical exhaustion, and the WWE to me seems like they're in that state right now, and so they did all these things for the WrestleMania and they went all out, and Triple H is just physically and mentally exhausted, and so there's only one story right now that I could think of, and that's actually Chad Gable and Otis. I can't really think of other stories. Like there's nothing that is really building up. Maybe it's the bloodline a little bit, but Jimmy's gone. They hurt him and he's gone. Roman Reigns is gone. Like maybe that's a long-term build with The Rock, but where are the stories? I need some build-up. I don't know who LA Knight's rival is anymore. I don't know who Randy's rival is anymore. Like what's the build-up?
Well, what I think the build-up is talent. That there's enough talent that the stories, because the talent is better than the storytelling. The writers in the back aren't as talented as the talent, the actual workers. And so what do you do when you have talent, but you're not really sure about your development or your guidance? You get out of the way and let talent excel as much as you can. And you will move puzzle pieces around and you'll take, you know what? We got good groceries, good protein, good vegetables, good sauces and spices. We can make various combinations of it. We don't have to offer anything in particular. We don't have to be a soul food restaurant or an American cuisine restaurant. No, we're going to be a restaurant. And you're going to get a good cut of steak. You're going to get good vegetables prepared well. Doesn't matter what combination. Some days it's corn. Some days it's green beans with flavor. Some days we're going to take top shelf liquor and put it in the beverage of the day. Sometimes we're going to use rail drinks, and you're going to buy them both because you know it's good, and they don't want to mess it up. Like, don't make me take prime steak and put it in Japanese cuisine if that's not what I'm good at. So I think that's what the WWE is doing.
Well then, all right. Who is Nia Jax gonna fight? Number one.
To me, it has to be it has to be Liv. It has to be. It has to be Morgan. 100% has to be Morgan, because on the other side of this thing, right? It's an opportunity to build up. Unless Bayley's not healthy and can't get healthy, then there's a way to pay off, Nia Jax, to let her finally get her strap. It's the thing that they never did with Hart, right? That Natty should have deserved a short run with the strap. Like, that should have been done. You cannot have Nia Jax, not the unstoppable force, not get the strap. I don't care if it's for 3 months. She deserves the right to strut that strut, just like Braun Strowman. She and Braun Strowman are on the same path, and they don't know what to do with them. And that's not Braun's and Nia's fault that you haven't developed her, kept her safe, taught her how to work and not injure people, whatever the case may be.
I mean, Braun Breaker, Bobby Lashley. There's so many people that come to mind. Like, geez.
Right. But wouldn't it? I mean, all of that makes sense if they're willing to do that. But that requires work. That requires investment. That requires a creative storyteller in the back being able to put this stuff through.
Haas, before we get out of here, I'll let you wrap things up.
Go Nuggets? Oh, no, wait, they're gone.
Yeah.
Hopefully, hey, Minnesota, you lost at home a couple times last time. Everyone has written off Minnesota. Minnesota won 3 games in Denver last series. Minnesota's going to come back. Minnesota's going to come back. Charles Barkley, I guarantee.
Tell it, Haas Tabrizi. Tell it.
We'll talk to you guys next week.